Hello students, in the previous video I have discussed the first part of the chapter J, the Jewel of India. So today in this video I am going to discuss the rest of the chapter. In the first video we have got to learn about Jahangir Ratanji Dadabhai Tata or JRD as an aviator. Then next he has been described as a nation builder and then as a man or an individual. So let's start reading. JRD had a deep sense of national interest. He was grieved by the poverty he saw around him and concluded that the country's progress lay in controlling its population and in ensuring its people were educated. He fervently believed that India had great intellectual talent. Note down the important word meanings. Grieved means to feel intense sorrow. Poverty means the state of being poor. Fervently means very sincerely. JRD had a deep sense of national interest. Means he was a true citizen of the nation. He wanted to do something for his nation or country. We can say that he was a true nation builder. He was grieved by the poverty he saw around him and concluded that the country's progress lay in controlling its population and in ensuring its people were educated. JRD was grieved or he felt sad by seeing poverty all around him in his country. He felt very sad for the poor people of his nation and he wanted to do something for them and for his nation. He wanted to remove poverty from his country. He believed that a country's progress lay in controlling its population and in ensuring its people were educated. He believed that a country should have less population and its people must be educated, and then only it may become possible to remove poverty from that nation. He fervently believed that India had great intellectual talent. So, what was JRD's view regarding India and its people? He believed that there are a lot of intellectual talent or talented people in India. Nation building was not mere rhetoric for him. He proved his genuineness by transferring his personal wealth to the JRD Tata Trust that he set up in 1944 to aid educational and other institutions. A few years later, he sold a part of his share in one of the Tata companies and an apartment in Bombay. He used this money to establish the JRD and Thelma Tata Trust, which still works to improve the lot of India's disadvantaged women. Other institutions like the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, the Tata Memorial Hospital, the Tata Institute of Social Sciences, the National Institute of Advanced Studies, and the National Center for the Performing Arts, each an example of excellence in its field, were projects that would not have come to fruition without JRD's steadfast support. Rhetoric here means loud and empty talk. Aid means to help. Disadvantaged means unprivileged or deprived. Fruition means the successful result of a plan. Steadfast means firmly constant or unchanged. Nation building was not a mere rhetoric for JRD. Means he was not a man of empty talk or words, but he was a man of action. He was a genuine man and he proved it. How did he prove it? He proved his genuineness by transferring his personal wealth to the JRD Tata Trust that he set up in 1944 to aid educational and other institutions. Nation building was not just a rhetoric for him, but he actually tried to improve the condition of his nation. He established the JRD Tata Trust in the year 1944 and also transferred his personal wealth or money to help educational and other institutions. A few years later, he sold a part of his share in one of the Tata companies and an apartment in Bombay. He used this money to establish the JRD and Thelma Tata Trust, which still works to improve the lot of India's disadvantaged women. JRD Tata sold a part of his share from one of his Tata companies and also his apartment in Bombay, and used this money to establish the JRD and Thelma Tata Trust. This JRD and Thelma Tata Trust was established by JRD to help the disadvantaged or deprived women, to empower them, and this JRD and Thelma Tata Trust is still working to improve the condition of women in India. Other institutions like the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, the Tata Memorial Hospital, the Tata Institute of Social Sciences, the National Institute of Advanced Studies, and the National Center for the Performing Arts. All these institutions were established by JRD. All these institutions are examples of excellence, and all this project would not have come to fruition without JRD's steadfast or constant support. Now see the last part, that is JRD as a man or an individual. As an individual, JRD was modest, enduring, and had a fine sense of humor, but he could never take kindly to a show of pomposity, carelessness, and a casual attitude. When a friend began a letter to JRD with the salutation, "Dear J," he wrote back, "I have found that a jay is a noisy, chattering European bird of brilliant plumage, and figuratively an impertinent chatterer or simpleton. For future reference, please note that my name is spelled J in abbreviation of Jahangir. Any resemblance between me and the bird is purely coincidental." Modest means humble, not proud or arrogant. Enduring means adorable or affectionate. Humor means comical or funny. Pomposity means showing that you are more important than others. Plumage means layer of feathers. Impertinent means rude and not showing respect. Simpleton means a simple person. Abbreviation means short form. Resemblance means similarity. So here what we get to know about JRD's personality is that JRD as an individual was modest, means humble and not proud of anything. He was enduring, means adorable or very affectionate, and he also had a fine sense of humor, means he was also comical or funny at times. But he could never take kindly to a show of pomposity, carelessness, and a casual attitude. JRD did not like this type of attitude or behavior of people, like pomposity, carelessness, casual attitude means careless attitude. When a friend began a letter to JRD with the salutation, "Dear J," he wrote back, "I have found that a jay is a noisy, chattering European bird of brilliant plumage, and figuratively an impertinent chatterer or simpleton. For future reference, please note that my name is spelled J in abbreviation of Jahangir. Any resemblance between me and the bird is purely coincidental." One day what happened? One of JRD's friend wrote a letter to him, and his friend started the letter with the salutation, "Dear J." Then JRD wrote back to his friend as a reply to his letter. JRD replied that J is a noisy, chattering European bird of brilliant plumage, and figuratively an impertinent chatterer or simpleton. For future reference, please note that my name is spelled J in abbreviation of Jahangir. Any resemblance between me and the bird is purely coincidental. This shows that JRD did not like it when his friend addressed him as "Dear J." He made it clear to his friend that J is a noisy, chattering European bird, and if there is any similarity between him and the bird, it is absolutely coincidental. JRD was a shy and reticent man, He was never interested in receiving honors, but was showered with them, which amused him. When he was told that the government of India was thinking of giving him the Bharat Ratna, the country's highest civilian award, he responded with modesty and wit. Why me? I don't deserve it. The Bharat Ratna is usually given to people who are dead, or it is given to politicians. I am not prepared to oblige the government on the former, and I am not the latter. Shy means timid. Reticent means unwilling to share a lot, or a reserved person, or an introvert. Amused means surprised. Wit means intelligence or cleverness. Oblige means grateful or thankful. Former means the first one. Latter means the second or the last one. So, JRD was a shy and reticent man, means he was a reserved man who did not like to share much with people. He was never interested in receiving honors. JRD did not like to receive honors and awards, but he was showered with them. He got so many awards which amused or surprised him. When he learned that the government of India was thinking or planning of giving JRD the Bharat Ratna, which is the country's highest civilian award, JRD responded with modesty and wit. Why me? I don't deserve it. He said that he doesn't deserve to receive the Bharat Ratna. According to him, the Bharat Ratna is usually given to people who are dead, or it is given to politicians. I am not prepared to oblige the government on the former, means he is not yet dead, so he can't receive it. And I am not the latter, means he is not a politician, so he said that he doesn't deserve the Bharat Ratna. JRD had the unique ability to form bonds with people of all ages and backgrounds. As a man of principles who followed his dreams, he was an inspiration to many. Kalpana Chawla, the first woman of Indian origin in space, cited JRD and his pioneering airmail flights as her inspiration for taking up aeronautics. To Sudha Murthy, co-founder of the technology company Infosys, he was a model of humility. Nobody was too insignificant or small for him to acknowledge. One of JRD's colleagues recounts that he personally taught the office boy how to use the vacuum cleaner more effectively. He touched the lives of countless others, rich and poor, manager and worker, who were drawn to him as a leader, who demonstrated principles of trust, sincerity, and diligence. Pioneering means anything that goes before. Aeronautics is the study of flight or aircraft. Humility means humbleness. Insignificant means unimportant. Colleagues means co-worker. Demonstrated means to show. Diligence means hard work. JRD had the unique ability to form bonds with people of all ages and backgrounds. Rich, poor, young, old did not matter to him. He mixed up with all kinds of people. He was a man of principle and he always followed his dreams. He was an inspiration to many. Kalpana Chawla, the first woman of Indian origin in space, cited JRD and his pioneering airmail flights as her inspiration for taking up aeronautics. The first Indian woman who went to space, that is Kalpana Chawla, considered JRD and his pioneering airmail flights as her inspiration, that she took up aeronautics or the study of flights as her subject. To Sudha Murthy, the co-founder of the technology company Infosys, JRD was a model of humility or humbleness. Nobody was too insignificant or small for JRD to acknowledge. One of JRD's colleagues recounts that JRD personally taught the office boy how to use the vacuum cleaner more effectively. So, this shows that JRD considered nobody as small and he mixed up with all kinds of people. He touched the lives of countless other people, like rich and poor, manager and worker. All sorts of people were drawn towards JRD. He was a leader who demonstrated or showed principles of trust, sincerity, and diligence or hard work. JRD died in a Geneva hospital on 29th November in the year 1993. He was a contented, means satisfied, and happy man, knowing that he had brought good cheer and happiness to many as a true son of India. He was a true son of India, means a good citizen of India, who did many things to improve the condition of his nation. With his death, a noble bit of India and Indianness was gone forever. Noble means kind. With JRD's death, India lost a true gem or jewel. So here the chapter ends, and that's all for today. I hope all of you have understood well the chapter.